This woman was pushed off a cliff by her ex-boyfriend, but she miraculously survived. So she decided to turn the tables and use her fake death as part of her plan for payback. She planned to show up dramatically on their wedding day, catching her enemy completely off guard. But Minxio never expected that her plan would fail. Her mother secretly brought her food to the hospital at night, but was followed there by people sent by Jingxian. The man rushed to Minxio's hospital room immediately, hoping to catch her alive and expose her secret. But to his surprise, Minxio wasn't there. Her adoptive mother panicked the moment she saw him. To keep her daughter's survival a secret, the old woman pretended she was just visiting a relative, but Jingxian clearly didn't believe her. As he pressed her for the truth, a strange girl suddenly called the old lady auntie, acting like a relative and greeting her warmly. In fact, when Jingxian arrived, Minxio had just seen him outside the room, so she asked the patient next door to pretend to be her. Unable to find her, Jingxian had no choice but to leave. Yet he later learned that the relative had suddenly been transferred. Realizing how suspicious it was, he guessed it must have been Minxio, since her father-in-law was busy preparing for the wedding. Jingxian went to the bridal shop on purpose, pretending to pick up the bride's dress, but the clerk told him it had already been sent to the hotel, so Jingxian rushed there right away. When Minxio opened the door, she froze in shock. She tried to close it, but the man forced his way in. The two started arguing again about what happened at the cliff. This time Minxio saw clearly how cruel he really was. After 5 years together, she finally understood his heart. When Jingxian couldn't stop her from marrying his father-in-law, he left the hotel to find another way. So on Minxio's wedding day, he took her adoptive father to a park far away, threatening her to cancel the wedding immediately, or she would never see her father again. Worried for her father's safety, she rushed out in panic, leaving her fiancé anxious at the venue. Jingxian thought his plan would make her cancel the wedding, but to his shock he lost track of her father, searching the entire park in vain. Soon Minxio's brother got a call from the police. Her father had been found and taken to the station. While she was still searching, her brother told her he was safe, so she turned around and headed back to the wedding. Unaware, Jingxian thought she was still looking for her father. He didn't realize she had gone to finish the ceremony. Thanks to her return, the wedding went smoothly. When Jingxian arrived, he realized his scheme had failed. Minxio married her father-in-law as planned, and her adoptive father was safe enjoying the banquet. In that moment, Jingxian knew he was the fool. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't stop the marriage. As a son-in-law of a rich family, he had to greet Minxio politely every time he came home, respectfully calling his ex-girlfriend mother-in-law. Seeing his pain made Minxio deeply satisfied, because that was the pleasure of her revenge. Although she married a man in his 50s, he truly cherished her, bringing her different gifts every day after work. Her sister-in-law watched with envy and jealousy. She had never seen her brother so caring before. Jingxian saw how kind the man was to Minxio, and realized he could never win against her, so he went to ask her for peace, hoping they could stop fighting and live peacefully. Minxio saw that he was giving in, but there was no way she would forgive what he did to her family. To make him confess at the police station, she showed him a video of her fall from the cliff. At that moment of her fall, a photographer had captured everything by chance. With that video, she could go straight to the police, but she decided to give him a chance to confess himself. This week was her final act of mercy. Jingxian never thought she would have such evidence. To protect his position in the rich family, he entered her room pretending to discuss business with her husband. When her husband went to the bathroom, he started searching for the videotape, but Minxio caught him in the act. Seeing the tape in her hands, he rushed forward trying to grab it.